She's bringing up drumsticks. Oh man, I wish I had my tambourine. I didn't know, Tom. I didn't know the assignment.
Jamming, baby, jamming. Here we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Hello,
right.
everybody. Welcome to the Bad Boys of Pop.
Welcome.
They
just hush so quickly.
The audience, I mean, we just have them in the palm of our hands every time. I don't know how we do it.
It's amazing. It's almost like there's a button you hit to make it quiet.
Welcome to the Bad Boys of Pop. My name is Eric Stretch.
I'm Tommy Mack, and we are here. Actually, it's not a Monday. I know. Initially, it was Mondays at 4:20-ish. This is a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday, and we have a very, very special Bad Boys of Pop for you.
We do. It's a Thanksgiving episode, and we have a special guest we're going to be bringing on here in just a moment. If he gives me the thumbs up, I want to make sure are you ready to come in? You ready? All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jeffrey Licon.
How's it going,
sir?
This is a reunion of such.
It really is. It really is. And like we were talking about earlier before we went live, I think the first, well, not the first. I think the last time we saw each other was a Hollywood Knights basketball game.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we've kept in contact all these years.
Here and there. And there.
Enough, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
We knew what each other were doing. We had dibs on each other.
We knew what was going on. Knew it was going down.
Yeah.
And you recently had some pretty cool things go down. And we'll tease that. We'll get to that in a little bit. But if you recognize Jeffrey and you're not sure from where,
it's okay if you don't.
So we worked with Nickelodeon. He also worked with Nickelodeon, a show called the Brothers Garcia. And it was around the same time that No Authority was doing. We were doing our thing. And there are some interesting developments happening. There's actually there's a reboot that you've already filmed.
Yeah.
And it's
in the can.
In the can. So it's coming out soon.
As they used to say, yeah.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. But first, we want to let you know, sir, what you're gonna be doing today. You're gonna be playing a little game that we like to call Have You Heard the News, in the form of
3, 2, 1. Seven
questions. Seven questions.
Before you win. We don't know if that synced up or not. We won't know until we watch it back live.
Yeah, I mean, it syncs up. It's funny. It syncs up on the audio podcast version, but
not
on the video. Or it syncs up on the video, but not on the audio. It's one way or the other. I forget. Anyway, you can't do both. Apparently, can't split it on the middle.
Well, so, Jeffrey, as our celebrity guest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's a lot of pressure.
So it's 7 questions.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit of a holiday theme going on, because it is Thanksgiving Eve. And if you get 4, you win.
If you get 4, you win. If you get 4, you actually get to go to, let me bring this up. You get to go to the BBOP shop or the Bad Boys of Pop shop.
Amazing.
Right? And I just realized I put a space.
Is that your face? That's your face.
That's my face.
And it says, I'm so drunk.
I'm so drunk.
And that's from an earlier episode. I have one that goes, oh, I know.
Oh, I know.
With your face on it?
With my face. Yeah. And then we have.
There's nothing better than t-shirts with your own face on it.
We have these magical.
Tommy. Oh, what was it? I didn't bring my challus. Damn it.
Yeah, we have these chalices.
Ooh, wow.
I'm gonna take this to the
nothing
next.
Compared to my French bulldog.
Well, you could go to Ren Fair with something like this and get your meat.
True.
Get your meat on. That sounded weird. Anyway, let's see here. All right, so you can go to the BBOP shop or the Bad Boys of Pop shop. Pick anything you like. We not only have shirts, we also have bath mats. We have shower curtains. I know you love to shower. The last couple conversations you've had, you were literally just either getting into
coming out of the shower. Yeah.
So
you twice a day at least.
There you go.
That's the rule of thumb.
He's a clean man. Clean man. All right. Well, it's a clean show. It's a family show.
I mean,
yeah, kind of. All right. So, let's go ahead and get rocking. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you get 4 of these,
I'm ready.
Like we said, you get to go there, pick what you want, and we'll get it over to you. So, let's get started with question number 1.
Question number 1. Here we go.
New Kids on the Block and New Edition performed together for the first time ever this week at the AMAs. What was the nickname given to this performance? Was it A, Battle of the Boys? Was it B, Battle of Boston? Was it C, Brotherhood of Boston? Was it D, The Bro Down? Or was it E, Hey Bro, 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 Bro?
Go with
there are 5 in New Kids and 6 in New Edition.
As much that last option is amazing.
It's super solid marketing.
It is, if you think about it, yeah. And it's repetitiveness is like really doing things right now. So I can see how that could be the answer. But what was A one more time? Because
okay, I'll go through one more time. A is Battle of the Boys. B is Battle of Boston. C is Brotherhood of Boston. D is The Bro Down, and then E is Hey Bro, 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 Bro,
man.
Bro, 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 Bro.
I'm having trouble between A and C, and I think that if Boston serves my recollection correctly, it's very hard to get brotherly love in that city. I'm gonna go A.
A, Battle of the Boys. Is that your final answer?
No. Switch.
No, it's not. I think it's C. Actually, it might be C. It's probably C.
Is that your final answer?
That's gonna be Eric.
I don't know. I don't know. I just know Tommy. Whenever Tommy.
All right, we got to keep it real.
I'm gonna go C. I'm gonna go C.
C is incorrect.
No.
C is incorrect. A, though, is also incorrect.
You're screwed.
I was in the lose-lose.
It was the Battle of Boston.
Stop.
Yeah. I don't know why they called it a battle, because they were literally like intertwining during the performance.
And I even brought it up first. That is
Jeffrey.
That's okay.
I know.
Jeffrey, you're not doing very well.
You're not doing very well, Jeffrey.
Next week I'll be better.
You're gonna get a redo? You're gonna get a
This is come on. This is
until
gonna
you win. Okay.
Frequently.
My
questions we'll see.
Okay, let's go ahead and, are you ready? Let's get them on eye up before we dig into the really cool story about the reboot. Here we go. Let's go to.
Is that code for like an easy one?
What is that?
That's code for like an easy one, right?
No softballs here.
No softballs here.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? This is a softball tournament. Here we go. Question number 2.
All right. What theme park is introducing a black Santa Claus for the first time ever this holiday season?
Wow. No options?
We have Disneyland.
Okay.
We have Knott's Berry Farm. Or we have
Six Flags?
Raging Waters.
Oh.
For the
Raging Waters. Six Flags / Raging Waters is option C. Just confirming.
A nice wintry Raging Waters trip is always fun.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, all that water is filled with. Never mind.
Random Raging Waters fact. One time when I was a child, a friend that I went with cut his foot on the way up to like a slide and just went with it and like was bleeding the entire time. And I was just thinking like, that's why we should wear water shoes, I guess. But that's actually why we probably should go to.
No, that's disgusting.
Did his foot? Does he still have his?
It's
foot?
really bad. He still has his foot, but he has shared a lot of blood with Raging Waters.
It's just pool full of pink eye.
Raging blood.
You.
Dang.
Red
Okay.
eye.
Well,
Red eye, literally.
let's. It's got to be A or B, obviously. Got to take some risks. Who's willing to take the ultimate? Let's just Disneyland. Disneyland has to.
Correct.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
Disneyland.
Good for
That's
you.
amazing. That's great.
Yes. Good for you, Disneyland.
The
Good for you,
California.
Disneyland. Absolutely. Like, please.
It
About
said
time.
Disneyland. It didn't say Disney World. So I am.
In Orange County.
Or
Now, Eric, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is this the only Disneyland? Are the ones in other countries Disney Worlds?
It's well, the one in
No.
Florida is Disney World, but this is Disneyland.
Right.
And I think I believe the other ones are Disneylands as well.
They're Disneyland,
Like Tokyo,
yeah, Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Hong Kong.
Paris.
So the only Disney World is in Orlando.
Yes.
No, don't try to get me on stipulations, man.
No, you're right, Jeffrey. I'm with you.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. What I'm saying is I think are they all lands and then the other world is Orlando? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
that's trivia
think.
for us.
Yes, I watched a documentary, so I'm like an expert. So yeah,
You're like a doctor
Amazing.
in Disney.
Yeah,
You're
I'm like-
Disney.
yeah, I'm pretty much
I
like
really like Disney too. I'm actually sad I didn't just know that right off the bat.
that's right. It just came out on TMZ apparently. I mean, nothing. I don't know where I get my sources.
Right.
Speaking of Disney, you were on a show on Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Speaking of Disney,
Speaking of Disney,
so tell us about
Nice segment.
tell us about the I mean, Disney, Nickelodeon. It's like
They're influential with our childhoods.
they're influential and they're
1000%.
also like Backstreet and NSYNC. They're like the head to head, right?
absolutely. Yeah. We filmed a show for 4 years called The Brothers Garcia that aired on Nickelodeon. It was literally my entire high school career. So from the time I was, 14 to 18 or whatever it is, I was filming that show, and it was an amazing experience. It was an all Latin cast and crew, and it was kind of groundbreaking in that sense, and a pioneer in the Latin Hollywood film industry. And honestly, I was too young to understand a lot of that and to appreciate it, I guess, and be thankful for those types of things, because as I've gotten older, the feedback and like the just people expressing their admiration and love for the show back when either they were younger or watching it through like bootleg like YouTube streams, people really appreciated it, and it's been amazing to kind of like hear those stories, hear those experiences, and know that like you were a part of something big, even if you didn't understand it at the time. Like you actually were a part of something much bigger than yourself.
I hear that 100%. I think looking back, some of my favorite stories that I hear that I remember strongly, especially now, and they were touching at the time, but when you hear for example, mothers that reach out and say, oh, our daughter loved you guys, and you made, like, if they were terminally ill or something, and you made their last year on earth amazing, or they loved your coming to the shows, and it's like, my gosh, like why did we get blessed with the the opportunity or put in that position? What made us worthy of being that happiness for someone else? You know what I mean? Like that's
absolutely
those things. Or when someone I think in your case, someone sees themselves in you in the show, right? Whereas before, they might be a peripheral character, but like you said, it was all like an all Latin cast, and so just some groundbreaking stuff, and really as we move forward, and I'm sure that you can get into a little later, it just really is mind-blowing. So I can't wait to see kind of how that moves into this reboot, and how that is I guess talked about or portrayed or respected in the reboot. I'm sure there's got to be something there that kind of internalizes that or presents that.
For sure.
Um,
Yeah, it was all about representation, and there just wasn't a lot of it, and I mean, frankly, there was none of it. As far as just a Latin family that
Yeah.
led a normal life, you know what I mean? Like the just
right.
middle of the pack, like just
Right.
a household with, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I mean, like seeing shows like Home Improvement or Married with Children or things like that is like
totally.
pretty much all Caucasian, right? So you're seeing that, and so now be able to, as a young Latino or Latina to look to say, oh, I could do this. This is and just to feel, like well, even if you don't want to act, just to feel kind of like, okay, like there are families like mine, without having
able to identify. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, cool. Let's not get into the reboot yet. Let's not dive in that deep just yet. Let's get you a couple more questions to get you on the right track. You are
I'm 1-1. I'm 500.
Yeah, you're batting 500. That's not bad. Let's get into actually
better than the Lakers right now.
Ooh, shots fired. You said better than Lakers.
I mean, I love the Lakers, and I'm so sad that we just went, one game under 500 right now. Oh, hopefully we win tonight.
LeBron needs to stop punching people. All right. Let's go on. Here we go. Question number 3. Speaking of sports, Aaron Rodgers got into a bit of hot water due to claiming that he was vaccinated when in fact he hadn't been vaccinated for COVID-19. He was recently called into a press conference where he did what? Was it A? He admitted to using vague language when asked about his status. Was it B? He asked that no one ever bring it up again at a press conference. C, he stated that he may have been a little winded in the last game as a side effect of having contracted COVID. Or was it D, he pulled out his toe for the camera, explaining that he does not have COVID toe?
When did he do this interview?
This was this week.
I heard about the COVID toe recently.
It sounds ridiculous.
It does.
Like pulling your foot in front and putting it out in front of the kid, and saying I did not have COVID toe.
Right. I hate admitting the fact that I even said the sentence. I've heard about the COVID toe.
I've heard about the COVID toe.
So the fact that I've even said that is like enough. It should be.
It's a weird. Those are weird words to have together.
Yeah.
We're talking about feet. It's questionable.
And this is supposed to be like a
go with your gut.
Different type of illness.
What?
Yeah.
Go with what are you feeling deep down in your toes?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I thought about A because he has been really vague about getting it or not. But if it happened this week, then he needs to confirm that there is no way he has the COVID toe.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers does not have the COVID toe.
I knew it.
He totally does not have it.
That's hilarious. Tommy, I almost wrote that same exact question down.
Really?
Ridiculous.
I was trying to figure how I wanted to phrase it, and I had to make up some things to make it.
A was a good stumper for sure.
I mean, a lot of those things are true that he kind of did these things, right? But
exactly.
We were talking about like this most recent press conference. So
yeah.
Yes, and he pulled out his foot.
Sounds very dangerous.
He pulled his foot out. And literally his foot up in. Yeah, there's a picture of it.
Supposedly, like it turns purple and like it gets really bad. These are all things that I've just heard, but
all things that you don't want to think about at Thanksgiving. Speaking of, Danny, good to see you. Thank you.
Hey, Danny, welcome.
Welcome. Danny is our buddy from TMI Hollywood. TMI Hollywood. It's a podcast and a show that is a live show, but they also have a podcast now. TMI Hollywood. Awesome. What is up, Danny?
Hello, Danny.
All right, are you ready to move on? Because you're batting 7,500. I don't do sports.
Yeah, 7,500. I'm batting
767.
75,000.
75,000. 75,000. All right, here we go. Two for three. So let's go and go on to question number 4.
Number 4. Jeffrey, who was the first president to pardon a turkey? Was it A, John F. Kennedy? Was it B, Barack Obama? Or was it C, George Washington?
It's like you know what? That's only 3. So you've got a 1 in 3 chance.
I know. But it also kind of makes it harder because A was who? George Washington? JFK. I'm way off.
I think C was George Washington.
Yeah, A, John F. Kennedy, B, Barack Obama, C, George Washington.
Well, I thought presidents pardon a turkey every year.
Right, but who was the first?
They don't. Oh,
So,
like someone started that trend?
The very first president to ever create this tradition.
Oh man. If the fact that I even slightly remember that, good Lord. I'm gonna go Barack because I shouldn't. And
wait, what was your reasoning going to be? I'm curious. I gotta know.
Okay, so I'm so unpolitical, like it's ridiculous. So
that's fair. That's
knowing
totally fair.
hearing and knowing anything oh wait, I think I heard that once, that.
Yeah.
Something has to stick for me. You know what I mean?
And you heard Barack say, "I'm gonna pardon a turkey."
I've heard that name before. Yeah.
Barack impression, Tommy?
Yeah, it's bad. But let's not talk about how you spelled Barack. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, autocorrect. Sorry, Tommy.
You misspelled Barack.
Sorry.
Okay.
I sent Tommy these questions before. I totally misspelled it. Sorry.
It's
some of the best spelling I've seen.
No offense here.
Right. So again, the first president, was it JFK, Barack Obama, or George Washington?
Obviously, it wasn't Barack because it's not.
Right.
So let's just go George Washington because God, how did I picked both wrong answers, didn't I?
You know what? We got to shoot you.
We can't give it to you. Sorry, no.
Can't give.
No, don't give it. I don't want it.
That's right. This makes the game exciting.
That's okay. That's okay. You're back. You're back to 500 again.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back to 500. Which, listen, I mean, what a good game.
How many questions are there? Because I feel like there's at least 17, right?
Oh, 7.
Okay.
There's 7. It was. I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. I was trying.
It's
really
okay. No.
It was JFK. It was John F. Kennedy. It was the first one to pardon a turkey, and it became wildly successful. And now all the presidents now do it, and I'm so happy for those turkeys.
He was evidently super cool. He was a super great president. I've heard.
Well, I mean, he pardoned turkey. So I mean, what's cool?
Yeah.
That's true. Gobble
He's
gobble.
got an A in my book.
Gobble gobble.
Well, you didn't get it right, but that's okay. And don't worry.
That's okay. We have 3 more questions,
and hopefully they're non-political.
All right, let's go ahead and get into them, shall we? Here we go. Question number 5.
Question number 5.
Joe Jonas is reportedly being roasted by his wife, Sophie Turner, over something that he did when he was younger. Is it A, wrote a letter to Santa Claus asking for a pony? Is it B, wore a purity ring? Is it C, asked Kim Kardashian on a date when he was only 14 years old? Or was it D, was part of a boy band? What is she roasting him for? Some of these things may be true, but what is she?
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you even came up with those answers, that's very good. That is because they all seem very true.
Jeffrey, you could take a 50-50.
Yeah, do you need a 50-50?
Yeah.
What is that?
We didn't tell you that. You can narrow it down to 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you 50-50.
Like phone a friend.
It's a different lifeline, but it's Well,
okay.
Do you want a 50-50? I mean, you could phone a friend.
I'm on question. This is question 5.
This is question 5.
Ooh, should I take it this soon? Joe Jonas.
Do you feel confident?
I should probably take it. I evidently I live under a rock, so yeah, maybe I should take it now.
Okay, let me give you a hint.
Let's
So you know
narrow
Joe
it.
Jonas. He was in the Jonas Brothers.
Of course,
You know that? Okay, all right.
And I know her from Game of Thrones.
Okay, you know more than I do already.
Okay,
I didn't realize.
impossible.
I didn't realize that. Okay, let me give you. Let me. You know what? You're not going to use your 50-50, but if you were going to use your 50-50, it would look something like this.
I'll take it.
Okay, so is it B, wore a purity ring, or is it C, asked Kim Kardashian on a date when he was only 14?
Oh, I'm glad you took the 50-50. I don't know this answer.
Dang. The Kim Kardashian thing is super relevant, especially with all that Pete Davidson stuff going on right now. And I feel like if that could come up in conversation between them, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work this out. Sorry. So they were like they were.
Let me give you.
Boys,
Jeffrey, I don't know the answer.
Let me give you another hint.
But
the last time I saw Joe Jonas was at church.
Okay, that's enough said.
Oh,
let's go with A, the purity ring.
A out of the final two. Yeah, that works. Purity ring is correct.
Yes,
nailed it.
I was totally wrong.
Eric, what did
you were gonna go? You're gonna go Kim Kardashian.
I was gonna go Kim.
It sounds complete. Like, is that completely made up by you? Because that is an amazing made up question or made up answer.
I made all of these up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Except the ones Eric.
Yeah. That's why you want to answer my questions.
Yeah. No, that is fantastic. Like,
I thought. Yeah.
All right. So you are now 3 of 5. 3 of 5.
Yeah.
One more.
Just one more. And Jeffrey, before I know everybody's on like pins and needles, the edge of their seat.
I am.
How did the reboot come about, and how did it come about on HBO Max?
Yeah, give us the story, because you told us that it's a very interesting story. Take as much time as you like, but try to get it done before the turkey is done.
Absolutely. Yeah, so it was a very lengthy process, and half in part because the right people didn't even own the rights to the Brothers Garcia or the likeness of characters. So not only did they have to go through, all of that legal stuff, but also make sure that the cast was even willing to or wanted to, you know what I mean, come back for this project. And I would say the first time I ever got a phone call asking if I would be interested was about 7 years ago.
Wow.
And yeah, yeah. And obviously, say it again.
These things take a while.
Evidently.
Apparently.
Yeah. So yeah. So I mean, obviously, I was all in, and slowly but surely they got the ball rolling on acquiring rights to certain things and whatever they needed to do. We got invited to one of the executive producers' houses to do like an on-screen type of like just see how we even looked like now. You know what I mean? Like it from the time the last episode aired, it's been 20 years.
Wow.
20 like there's full-blown like adults like that have been born, and then now that, you know what I mean, like in that length. So it has been quite a bit of time, and he rolled the dice on us, basically. Like he didn't have to keep the same original cast. He didn't have to, all those different things. So I'm really just thankful, fortunate, elated that this all came to fruition, really. And
everybody
and
came
yeah,
back. You were able to get the original cast members.
Everybody came back. The three the 3 kids for almost all of the episodes, and then Alvin, who plays Larry, came back for the last like few episodes. Yeah, and of course the mom and dad. And now we have like wives and kids, and it's insane. Like it's so crazy.
How did that feel like the first day?
Yeah, exactly. Like running into everybody and like, seeing that and being back in that same energy. Like, how was that?
The anxiety like going through my body was like at an all-time high. Like I swear to you, like since I probably haven't done any type of acting like gig in over 10 years. So to say like that there was rust on these shoulders is yeah. So yeah.
And as an adult, you feel the pressure more, because as a kid, you're like, oh, it's whatever, But as an adult now, you're like, oh wait, like, this is like people are
everything matters.
Yeah.
You understand too much, you know what I mean? Like I wish I was that naive still.
Yeah.
But no, I mean what's great about the cast that we had is even back in the day, like we really did feel very it was a very family orientated like set and crew and cast. We hung out with each other more than I saw my own family members at that point, you know what I mean? So I had kept in contact with the majority of them all these years, and to just be back in it, it was more so, especially for like me and some of the other kids, it was more so just like managing our anxiety together as opposed to like anything else really. Like we just wanted to create this like this product, this show that would make everyone proud, and it's a lot of pressure, and we were fortunate enough to see some of the raw edits of some of the episodes, and I mean, of course I'm probably biased, but I think it looks really good. I think it's cool.
Awesome, man. We're pulling for you. This is going to be, you said HBO Max?
Yeah. We don't have a specific release date yet, but we're hoping first quarter of next year. So hopefully January, February, no later than March.
Obviously, you don't want to see a family show turn into like a crazy R-rated show, but was the maturity, like have the themes, has the language, has the I don't know, the whole entity, has it grown with you guys?
It definitely has. Yeah. So the original show was obviously much more, kid orientated and kind of, specifically for that age group. But the kids from back then are kind of the main characters now. Not to say that the children on the current reboot aren't. They completely are, but the subject matter, I guess, has kind of aged with the rest of us. So yeah, I would view it more of like a Latin Modern Family as opposed to like a Latin like still like children's television show.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. Yeah. That's what I was hoping would happen, because it's kind of like Madonna, right? She would morph into things through the years to stay relevant and stay and mature, right? So to see
absolutely
to see shows that are doing the reboots actually step into their maturity and present
the Madonna effect. I think that's what we call it.
The Madonna effect.
Jeffrey, please let us know when you actually have a solid date and a premiere date.
Absolutely.
We would like to promote the F out of the show, because it sounds amazing, and for you to come on here and to share your stories we really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
No, I appreciate you guys having me.
I have a couple more questions about the show, but for now, let's see if we can get you another correct answer. Let's see if we can get you that prize locked in.
Good with me. Has anyone ever been this terrible at like answering these questions?
No. Yes. Last week Tommy gave it to me because I was terrible, and his questions were ridiculous and really way too hard. If I'm being
Last week was a weird was a weird situation because, or the last episode we did.
Was it the Veterans Day one?
It was a Veterans Day, and so
I saw it.
The
You saw it?
the questions
I
were
did.
way
It
harder.
was straight up rude.
They
It
were
was
way
very difficult.
very
It
tough,
was rude.
very tough. But it was not about the questions being tough or not. It was about we were
For
paying
sure.
paying homage,
Of course.
right?
Of course, but
and
it
we learned
sucks to lose.
and we learned something.
Absolutely.
Eric's
No,
still
it was
getting
very
his teeth
historical. It was very
Tommy.
historical.
Tommy, if you weren't coming over tomorrow,
yeah, right. I get to see you tomorrow. All right, here we go. We're moving on to question number 6.
question number 6. Oh, this is my question. Sorry. I even have it written down. How many calories on average are consumed per person on Thanksgiving? Is it A, 4,500? Is it B, 45,000? Or is it C, shut up, it's fucking delicious?
No, Eric giving us the R rating in this one.
Sorry,
I
I
mean,
got excited.
I appreciate those options though, because it really narrows it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to go A.
And that is correct.
Yeah, that is correct.
4,500.
Jeffrey, you are
which is kind of insane.
That's a lot of calories. I don't think that first of all, Jeffrey, you got 4 questions.
You got 4.
I did. I made it.
You made it.
Are the winner.
You are the winner.
And the promise land.
And the promise. There you go. There you go. Just write that down at the bottom there. Write it down. Go to either one of those links. Pick what you want. We'll get it to you.
Hopefully,
that is a lot of calories. And also, I mean, so my mom is here right now, and we're prepping everything, and our Thanksgiving is definitely not that fattening. How is yours?
I'm just not a huge eater, I think. And I'm not picky. I just like the Thanksgiving thing. Like, I'd rather just have meat. I'm all about the meat. Like, oh, you got turkey, you got ham, you got tri-tip, you got steak. What? Yeah, I'll take all of that. Like mashed potatoes, I'm fine with. But like yams, like I don't do yams. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. But
if you do the cranberry, do you like the cranberry that comes out of the can, the jellied type?
I'm down for that. Yeah.
I like that. And I heard recently it's better because the little lines from the can kind of show you where to slice it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's handy.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I'm all about processed food.
Agreed.
4,500 calories. I feel like I've done that on a non-Thanksgiving day. I'm not a big eater too. I eat very slowly, and I think that's a reason why I don't eat a lot. But
it drives me crazy.
But I mean, I think you could do 4,500 calories in like one Happy Meal. I think it's somewhere in that range. I mean, it's got to
yeah,
be.
I'm pretty sure I've done 4,500 before, but
Yeah.
the only thing that even like made my brain like ding 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 was that, isn't it like aren't you supposed to like have 2,000 a day or something?
Yeah,
like if you're trying to like
somewhere
diet or something,
right? Yeah, somewhere around the 2,000.
Yeah, it's about, yeah.
And that was the only thing that like gave me like a hint as to where I should be going with this.
That was your reference point.
I was saying, so let me rephrase the question. So Barack Obama. Just kidding.
Right. So I wanted to ask before we get to the final question. Were there any shenanigans, like any fun pranks, anything crazy on set? Were there any romances back in the day that then now coming back were a little awkward? Like was there what give us a little bit of scoop, a little bit of fun
behind the scenes.
Sure. Well, as far as like the first one, any shenanigans, I literally like I get like massive amounts of like energy by scaring people. So like I have no regrets if it's like a kid on the show or on the mom or dad on the show.
That,
Like
that powers you. You're like a supervillain, and that powers you up.
yeah, like it just made like I get so excited and like so happy that like I scared them. You know what I mean? So that was definitely a big thing for me. And I started to like teach the two girls who like play my daughters, Trinity and Ava. Like I started like, you know, teaching them exactly how to get the best scare out of someone and what you need to do. And they got pretty good at it actually. Yeah, they got me a couple times by the end of it. But so shenanigans, yeah, I mean, that's probably as far as like I would take it. But as far as romances, I mean, honestly, the craziest romances were probably the fake ones on the show. We were looking for the character only had to do only was in I think 2 or 3 episodes. But for the sister on the show, her name's Lorena. Her character is Lorena, played by Vanessa Patinsky. We couldn't find a husband for her, and she had been there filming the show. Obviously, like the husband is supposed to be on a base camp because he's a doctor for like the army. So she had been like FaceTime, like, you know what I mean, like, oh, okay, what are you gonna do today? Oh, yeah, and they just hadn't like filmed any of like the actual phone stuff yet because
they just hadn't cast the husband yet.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
wild.
yeah, and you know, they're floating around, and obviously like some were better than others, but we ended up with Paul Rodriguez Jr., which is like the most amazing like candidate ever. And his dad actually is in one of the episodes as well. So it just ended up like, it ended up working out like really, really well. And I think the only reason he was able to do it was because he actually wasn't able to like go to the Olympics or something like that. So we got super lucky. We got really, really lucky. And he was just a great guy to have like on the set and come do a couple episodes with us.
Rock on, man.
Love that.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Any other BTS you want to share before we go to the final question?
Anything about, you know, like Democrats, Republicans?
No, don't get into politics, Eric.
I just told you I don't know. I don't know like anything about that.
He's kidding. He's kidding. We don't do that.
I'm joking. No, we steer very, very far from that.
You know what I do actually love about the show and how we filmed it was we didn't have like we filmed 10 episodes, so it was an episode a week. And so, I mean, so we were there we filmed in Mexico, a place called Puerto Aventuras, and so we were there for more or less like 12 weeks for a little bit before, a little bit after.
This is for the reboot, right?
This is for the reboot. Yeah. So we were there for almost 3 months, and we got just, other than the humidity there, we got just really like accustomed, like our little apartment condo things were like in the same complex as like you couldn't leave your place without seeing someone, you know what I mean? And I loved that. We didn't have rental car, like we didn't have golf carts, anything. Like we would just walk everywhere. This is how like small the community is, like a gated community. And it was a pretty bizarre like little town, but just super safe, super beautiful. Like it was just a great experience to be a part of that production. And yeah, inside scoop. Yeah, that how boring, right?
But that must have just like brought you back together that much tighter again. Like, okay, let me ask this: did you cry harder rapping the first time or the second time? Like
second time.
This time, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
absolutely. Like, so I am a single man, and I don't have any children. So going into like, this first episode with immediately like a wife and 2 kids, like just meeting, the amazing thing that the executive producer actually let us even be a part of was the casting process. Like I was able to literally chime in on like, not to mention read with the other actresses, but like chime in on who I felt like the most connected to for a wife. And then she and I were able to then go into the casting sessions
Pick and
for
choose your kids.
for our children. Yeah. And like, seriously,
Sounds like
and like, I don't know if that's ever really been done. Like, I'm sure it has, maybe it has, but that seems like the most reasonable thing to do. And like, I don't know why more shows kind of don't do it, but what an experience that was. Not to mention just meeting them, talking to them, just growing relationships with them, like their parents as well.
Kind of sounds like a
Just
sci-fi kind of movie. Say I'm a single man. I get to pick and choose my wife, dude. And then we pick our children. You know.
I know, and then you just get so close to them, and they're just the most amazing. Man, it was the most like emotional thing was seeing them being so emotional about like
Of course.
separating and like leaving you. You know what I
Because
mean?
you remembered
And
how
it's
that
like,
was.
yeah, totally. And it's like,
Yeah.
guys, like we will try to hang out like as much as we can. Like we all live in the same city when we go home. Like it's okay. Like we're gonna be together again, and like it was
And
very difficult.
hopefully,
Yeah, I had.
hopefully
I'm
a
sorry.
season 2. Hopefully, you know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? That's
These
what
emojis.
1000%.
we're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, I was able to host like everyone after the last day after the at my place right after we wrapped for the entire show, and everyone came up in the morning and we had mimosas and like cake and just it was a great time. People started going to airports from that point on, and one by one we just like got more and more emotional and sad, and it was crazy.
What a great experience.
Nothing like sending little 8-year-old kids onto a plane drunk off mimosas. It's great.
No, they weren't having mimosas.
I know. I'm messing with you. I can tell that you were about to cry, so I wanted to stop you from tearing up.
That's really nice of you, Tommy.
Not
I'm
that
an emotional person in general. Yeah.
Really.
I have 4 sisters, so can you blame me?
No, makes sense. Makes sense. All right, let's get you to the final question. We'll get you out of here. We know you got things to do.
Yeah.
Here we go. Question number 7.
The final question.
Final question.
Dun, dun, dun.
The annual Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is always concluded with which float? Is it A, Santa Claus? Is it B, Charlie Brown? Is it C, Tom Turkey? Or is it D, Snoopy?
Oh man, that's a good one. Great question.
Do
You
you want
excel at this.
Do you want to phone a friend?
Oh, I can do the 50-50 because
because you didn't use it before.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's do that.
Are you ready? It's either A, Santa Claus, or A, Santa Claus.
This is the saddest part. Is that literally Santa was going to be? I already ruled that out. Like that was my last. Like I know we got Charlie Brown in that. I know we got Charlie Brown in that thing. I know we got Snoopy in that thing. Who was the other one? Like
Tom Turkey. I'm not sure if its name is Tom.
like I feel like I've seen that. I feel like I've seen that guy every once in a while.
Yeah.
But no joke, like Santa Claus was my last. How terrible is that?
I think Santa. I think it's the significance is Santa's kind of bringing in it's the last float, so it's like, all right, guys,
the last one.
Now it's time for Christmas.
It is. Yeah.
Did you say who is the last float?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
might have missed that. I might have missed that.
Concluded. It's always concluded with
Santa, and that makes complete sense.
Dude,
so I'm gonna have to go with AA, which is Santa.
Nailed it, brother. You got 5 out of 7. Look at that.
I mean,
Jeffrey,
you won a lot of things.
Who knew that you were so good?
I did.
at trivia.
I made it into the playoffs. When did
You're-
playoffs start?
You're here, bro. You're here. Keep your glove oiled up.
Yeah.
Oh man, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, Jeffrey, we are super excited about your new show that's coming out, the Reboot on HBO Max. And again, it really means a lot to us that you took time out of your day to spend it with us. So we really appreciate it.
No, please. Thank you guys so much. And as soon as I have that date, you guys will be the first to know.
Do let us know. We'll have you back on with maybe with a cast member or two once it's launched. We'll do a special episode for that. And
That would
Chrissy,
be awesome.
Chrissy wants NA to join the 2000 Pop Tour, please and thank you. Well,
All right. Well, I mean that was a long time ago.
that was a long time ago. We're creaky these days. Our joints creak, right?
Oh yeah, I
Whatever.
have trouble getting out of bed. But
I took hot yoga.
that's just
I took hot yoga yesterday.
There you
Now
go.
that my back's not seizing up. Oh well, wah wah.
Oil it up, baby. Oil it up. All right, Jeffrey, let me know what you want to do. Like I said, go to bebopshop.com or the Bad Boys Pop Shop and pick something. Email it over to me, text it over to me, whatever, and I'm going to get it to you. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully.
shirt with a face on it. I'm all about it.
All right, man. Grab the
Thank
one
you guys
want.
so very, very much for having me.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, you guys too.
Happy
Spend
Thanksgiving.
it with your families. Much love.
Let's go ahead and
Yeah.
take them out, Eric. See you later, Jeffrey.
Thank you guys.
All right, Jeffrey is kind of
Just-
backstage. Jeffrey, you don't have to hang out. We're just gonna do an outro. But thank you so much again for coming. We appreciate you, man. Eric, as always, love to hang out with you, man. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. It's gonna be
Tell me,
awesome.
I'm gonna see you tomorrow. It's very exciting. We're gonna do mimosas and a workout.
Well,
Sorry.
I'll probably have one sip because I have to drive. But and I have to go
Well,
to my
then
brother.
then we'll have what doesn't matter. But Jeffrey was the nicest person on the planet. How great.
Jeffrey's amazing. We want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next week. Eric, how does that look for you? Maybe, but not Monday. Maybe like Tuesday at 4:20.
Tuesdays work well for me too.
We'll see you
All right.
guys soon. Thank you so much for being here with us. Let me see if I remember how to do this. It's been so long. Okay, here we go, guys. Things are getting better. Things are getting better all the time. And even though things might be a little bit weird, remember to take care of each other, take care of yourself, and remember that we
We love you.
love you guys. See you soon.